So, welcome to another video. Welcome to this trading journey. Today, we're going to be doing a breakdown for the trades that we've taken this week, as well as a bit of a follow up from last week's forecast. And we might be looking at some Black Friday deals related to pot firms and challenges, as it's Black Friday and there is quite a few firms that have discounts and deals. So, we're going to be looking at that as well. With that being said, let's start today's video. Alright, so basically what we have here is, as I said last week, I would be looking for buys. So I'm pretty sure this was last week. So if I do this, so this was last week's scenario where I said if the market keeps going this way, we're probably going to be looking for buys. But if the market break this level and does something like this, we're going to be looking for sells. And that's exactly what we've done this week. So what happened is the market start going down, broke that level with a massive candle, and it start creating lower lows and lower highs. So what I was looking for here, when the shift happened, where the market start going down and creating a downtrend, what I was potentially looking for, obviously, as you know, sells, because I'm looking to follow the trend. So I was looking for sells. However, sometimes it doesn't work like you anticipate, and that's part of the game. You've got to go with the flow, you've got to go with the trend. So I took two trades here. So the market came back and gave me a pullback into my level, and that's where I placed the sell, just around here. And the market took me up, took me out, then went into my favor, play a bit around. Then I was like, you know what? I'll take another trade here. Then guess what happened? I took another loss. Some people would say, you taking so many losses, why aren't you changing something about it? And I'm gonna say, based on my back testing, based on my data that I've got for the past 2 years, I'm always stopping after two trades. So if I take two losses in a row with the same setup, I'm done. I wait for the next setup. And that's exactly what I did here. So I took two losses, done. Then I start looking for another setup. I'm just going to see if I can make this video shorter than last time so people can actually watch it. But yeah, so what do we have here? Price is accumulating here. Fails to break this area. Then massive candle pushes up, breaks the area. She's most likely gonna retest this area and start going up, or retest this area, go up, come back to this area and start creating lower lows and lower highs. Regardless of what's gonna happen, we following the trend. We're not breaking the rules. At the moment, we looking for buying opportunity. We're just looking for buys. Um, so yeah, we're looking for buys. I would say I would have bought here, but I don't buy when my price is around this red area. It's for a reason. Once the price is in this red area, I just don't play with it. Based on backtested data and based on my statistics, it doesn't work long term. It could work now where you're looking at it and it does make sense to take this trade and potentially, make 1 2 3. But over long term, it doesn't work. So I don't take it. But yeah, the rules are clear. If I take two losses, I'm out. Till a new setup introduces itself, then I look for further opportunities. If there's no setup for over a month, I don't take any other trade. Um, Basically, I don't trade for October, November, and December. Reason being, the market is very slow, very choppy. A lot of shit happens. and based on my backtesting, my strategy doesn't work in these months. That's why my strategy is most effective from January to, I would say, end August, beginning of September. But after that, it becomes very slow, and the win rate is very low, and it just it's not worth the hassle. So I always wait till January and trade again. Um, but yeah, so potentially I'm looking for buying opportunities here. If the market pulls back a bit here, I'll buy just to go with the trend. If the market comes down here, break this level, and start going down, I'll be looking for sales. As I said, I'm always trying to go with the trend, regardless of the losses or the wins. On another note, it's Black Friday. So today is 26th of November, and this weekend is Black Friday weekend. And what happens? Most pop firms have created discounts. So the first one would be FTMO. As you can see, Black Friday 20% of all FTMO challenges. And when you go down, for example, 200k was 1080 euros, and now it's 864 euros. Let me convert it to pounds. That's, was it 864? 864. That's like 750 quid for a 200k challenge. I'm pretty sure Funded Next are doing the same. Most pop firms are doing the same. I don't know if Funded Next is doing it. Okay, let's see. Okay, Black Friday offer across all Stellar models for existing users, which will be me. That'll be 15% off all challenges, I believe, and they give you 150% as a reward for passing the challenge. Um, yeah, let's take a picture of that. Okay, if you're a new customer, you get 25% off. That's quite good, to be fair. It's quite good. Let's see if it applies on two-step challenge. Let's go to two steps challenge. 200k is 1099. Let's say, for example, we want to get the plan. Let's see how much it would be at the end. Get started. Let's see, after putting the discount code, if it's gonna give me anything else. Um, all right, let's see this. It says code FN black. No, FNBL 250. FNBL 250. Sure, let's try again. Oh, okay. So the price dropped only with the Stellar instance funding. It didn't really drop with the Stellar two steps verification. So they're not really doing what FTMO and other platforms are doing. That makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. But probably gonna be looking into, what is it called, FTMO. But yeah. Um, on another note, for this month we up 1% because I took a trade here on the 12th of November. On the 12th of November, yeah, I took a trade here on the 12th of November, which was a 1 2 3 rescue to reward. That was 3%, and we have two losses. That's minus 2%, and we're on the 26th of November, and we're up 1%. It's a tough month, but let's break down that 1%. That's why I call myself a percentage trader. Because if you put everything in percentages, it works. It really does. For example, let's say we're looking at, let's say you've got a 200k challenge, yeah, or 200k funded account. 200k. If you're making 1%, that's equal to £2,000. If you have a 400k account and you're making 1%, and you're making 1%, that equals 4k, £4,000. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm always saying you need to focus on percentages. You shouldn't be focusing on the actual value or how much the numbers are on your screen. You always should focus on the percentage, and that's the reason behind it. Because, for example, you could live off 4k a month easily. You could live off 2k a month easily. For example, let's say we're looking at, let's say your fund is 750. 750, 1% is 7,500. Um, it's really a game of percentages. It's not a game of like how much you see in your screen. It's a game of how much percentage you can make based on the capital you've got. And that's why I always say focus on percentages because it works long term. Um, Currently, I do want to get a 200k challenge. The reason being, if I make 3% or 2%, I'm easily up 5k or 4k for the month. And that's the reason. That's why I always say focus on the percentage. And yeah, so I promise I'm not gonna keep this video any longer than the previous one. I think it's already the same. Um, so apologies for that. Right, so I'm just gonna stop the video here, and I'll probably see you on the next one. Thank you.